Hi, my name is Sally Wood for Be Inspired, and today I'm going to be doing a short video on how to repair a chair leg that's been broken off at some point in its life. This is a first of a three-part series. The second part will be reupholstering it, and the third part will be making a new seat cover. I'm not going to pull anything back from here just yet because usually I leave this front border in situ when I do upholstering. Using my hammer, I'm going to just pull the nail out, and then using this multi-tool, I'm just going to rest it along here without digging into the rest of the wood, and it should take the majority of that out for me. You see the smoke coming up? Stop. Let it cool down. And you need to do the same on the leg of the chair too. Now, having done that, I'm actually going to use a ruler and I'm going to dissect this so that I actually know where my halfway mark is, the center of my circle. So there's that. I'm going to do it 3 times. So it looks like my center is right here. I'm going to do a pilot hole just like that. I'm quite surprised that the dowel is actually that big. Having drilled the pilot hole, I'm going to use this. This is a 3/4 inch bit, and now I'm going to just carry on drilling that out. Let's say this dowel is quite a substantial one. I'm not really liking this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my smaller drill. I'm just putting small holes in to start off with, and then I'm going to change the bit out for a larger one and do the same again. I don't want to make this a wonky hole, so hopefully it will start collapsing, and sometimes these things take a few goes. See that's starting to break off. Now, the trouble is I don't know how long this dowel is. I'm looking up inside to see if the wood colour has changed, but it hasn't, so I think it's a little bit longer than I thought. I can kind of use this to eat out some of the wood by angling it in different directions, but I just have to be very careful. It feels like it could be the outside. I think I'm going to enlarge the drill bit again. This has blue tape on it. It just tells me how deep I can go, but I don't think I'm going to need it that deep. Quite smooth there. I should imagine it only goes in that far, but I don't know. This one's a bit... Usually they come out quicker than this, I must say. Having drilled most of this dowel out, I'm going to take an old screwdriver. I don't have very many woodworking tools because I don't often do woodworking projects. This is like out of my usual zone of things. So I'm going to just tap, because you don't really want to be making too much, the hole any bigger than it needs to be. If you cause the outside to get a little bit bigger, that's not such a problem, but you don't really want to be making the whole of this too large. I'm sure there's plenty of better tools to use. It's just, as I say, I don't have a wide variety. Now, if it had been a smaller dowel, this size is 3/4 of an inch, but if it had been a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch, I could have put a screw down the center and just got it out that way, but I don't, so I'm just trying to do the best I can here. I found a slightly thinner flat-headed screwdriver. This has been through the wars, so I'm not going to be worried too much about this one. There we go. This seems to be working better. But just tapping it down the side like that is causing some of this to come away from the edge. But you need to always get the center out so that the rest of it can collapse on itself. That's the easiest way to... Hopefully I should get some real good chunks of wood out, and you should, with a bit of luck, avoid damaging the actual side. There we go, that's a bit better, of the hole for the dowel to go in. And slowly, I should get most of that out. That feels quite smooth. Just going to work on round. Now I've got most of this pulled out, and now I'm going to use this just to finish off. I can get it far enough in that it's going to go in straight now. I'm not sure if you can see, but it looks like it's cleaned out quite nicely and evenly, which is what we wanted. If you don't have the ability to use a drill bit that's like this, then don't worry about it. Just make it as clean as you can inside. I left it to the last minute to be able to go in there because I wasn't sure whether I could get it to go as flat as I needed it. And now I've got to just work on the chair leg the same way. Working on the chair leg, I'm just going to hold that against my body like that, and using the screwdriver I'm going to just tap down to clear out the last of that. And here again, I think I can get the last of this out using this method. So I'm going to just rest it up here, hold it tight. I think that's mostly out actually. I think that's probably it. Now this is the dowel I'm going to be using to put in, and I need to work out how long a length of dowel I need. So I'm going to use this and pop it in as deep as it will go and mark it off so it comes to there. Lay that on there, put my first mark there. Now the chair leg's probably going to be different, so I'm going to pop that in there again to the highest point because I didn't get all the original dowel out, and I'm going to measure to there. And I'm going to put that at the end of my original mark and mark again. This length here is as far as I need my dowel to be. I'd already measured one and it looks a little bit, looks very similar, so what I'm going to do is go down between the two marks that I'd marked out, because maybe one's wrong and one's right. I've cut my dowel length. I'm just going to smooth my cut end off slightly with a bit of sandpaper. It doesn't matter which wood glue. I don't actually tell you what to get. A little bit of glue all the way around the edge like that, and extra on top. Now that's just to hold it in place, and I'm going to just pop that in like that, and with my hammer I'm going to just tamp it in place. I'm going to dry test this, and that goes all the way back. So I'm going to put some glue into here, kind of spread it around the edges a bit. And the only reason I'm gluing it is because it is just a little bit loose, or looser than I'd like it. So I'm going to just pop that back all the way back to there like that. Pop that in line. Now I'm going to drill a hole into the wood for a screw to go in. So I'm doing a pilot hole. The wood is old and it could break off, so that's why I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it flat, like at a right angle to the shape here, and as steady as I can. And that should be long enough. Now I've just gone to the local hardware store and picked up 4 wood screws, and I'm just going to make sure that I've made them long enough, made the hole long enough, oops, so it's equal length, or almost. I'm going to just re-drill that because the screws I've got are a little bit wider than the ones I thought I was going to use. And I do prefer a drill that has a little key, because you can cinch those in really tight. These ones where the thing twists at the top, I just have trouble with sometimes. Maybe that's tight enough. So I'll just do that again, make sure I'm just going to put the top of the shaft against my drill bit, and I'm going to then put a piece of tape along the drill bit like that to mark off how far I want to drill into the wood. I'm going to make it a little bit shy. Hopefully the screw will go in and it shouldn't actually crack the wood around it. That should not be moving anywhere. Now I'm going to do the same on this bottom side. Put this just above this nail at right angles, and I'm going to just drill a hole. I have made sure that the drill and the screw are about the same length. I need to make sure that the top part of the screw, where there's no teeth on it, is wide enough for the screw to go in so it doesn't split it. So here I go. Using the impact, I'm going to put the Phillips head on there. Slots in quite well. That should not come off. That's very secure, and all I need to do now is pull this nail out. Repeat putting the screws into the other leg so it's just as sturdy, and that should be a good fix for today. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've gained some information from how to remove a dowel and replace one, as well as to secure a chair leg if it's been broken off. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe and hit the bell button and give me a couple of thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Take care. See you next time. Ciao. My dog keeps running around.